a knocking indeed. If a man were a porter of Hell's Gate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins enow about you. Here you sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name. Faith. Here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason, and not for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith. Here's an English tailor come hither from stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Never act quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll never porter it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, you were carousing till the second cock. In drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep. In giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I make a shift to cast him.
Is that master stirring? Our knockings awake him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morning, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy fan?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him, but I almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring him to you.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet it is one.
The later we delight in physics pain, this is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown out, down, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with absence terrible, of dire combustion and confused events. New hatched to the wonderful time, the obscure bird. Clamored the livelong right, some say the earth were feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive, nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. The most sacrilegious murder has broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is, to you say, the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Awake, awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up, and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley? Sleepers of the house, speak, speak!
O gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition of woman's ears would murder as it fell. O Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
Well, alas, what in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear doth I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. From this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown, and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
Your royal father's murdered.
You are, and do not note, the spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all batched with blood. So were their daggers, which unwisely found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my theory that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. Outrun the expedition of my violent love, outrun the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, the silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashes stabs. And his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature. For ruin's wasteful entrance, there, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers. Unmannerly breached with gore, who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage to make love's known? Help me, Hentao!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues that most we play this argument for hours?
What should be spoken here? Where our fate? Hidden in our hole, may rush and seize us. As away, tears are not yet rude.
Nor our strong sorrow upon this foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked, frail ties hid, that suffer and exposure, let us meet, and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight the treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well
Intended.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show with unfelt sorrow is an office, which false man does easy, all to England.
To Ireland, our separated fortune shall keep us both safer. Where we these daggers and men's smiles, the near in blood, the near in blood.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted in our safest way. It is to avoid aim, therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking, but chipped away, there's warrant in the